so old that for safety reasons, Pacific Gas and Electric made plans to replace a section of it in South San Francisco just a couple miles away. In 2007, it got rate increases to do the work. According to a consumer watchdog group, PG&E got $5 million for the project. But the group called TURN, the Utility Reform Network, says it never happened.
The money is spent on what they call higher priority work.
And what was that?
Well, you can't track the dollars one by one, but we do know that they spent $62 million more on management incentive bonuses than they had forecasted in 2009.
Mike Florio is a senior attorney for the watchdog. He says PG&E spent the money dedicated to replace the pipeline, so it is now seeking rate increases again. Another $5 million to replace the same stretch of pipeline.
And how do you know this?
Because it's right in the documentation they file with the PUC to support their rate cases. You know, if you dig deep enough into these big, thick documents, this is what you find.
The California Public Utilities Commission, or PUC, is deciding whether to go along with PG&E's request. Those documents provided to CNN by TURN say that section of pipe ranks in the top 100 for highest risk of failure. The PG&E documents also say if the replacement of the pipe does not occur, risks associated with this segment will not be reduced. High-value natural gas lines snake through the San Bruno neighborhood. PG&E hasn't disclosed exactly where the problematic line is, but as we discovered, much of the line runs right through residential areas. This is another large section of pipeline. This one is about a mile away from where the explosion happened. It is also feet away from many homes. The location of pipelines like this are generally kept secret to literally prevent terrorists from coming in and blowing them up. So it's possible that people might be living next to them and not even know it. The only way to tell may be from these yellow sidewalk markers that, for example, are used to alert construction crews of danger. According to PG&E, it won't be until 2013 now until that section of pipe it identified a few years ago will be replaced.
If they had fixed that section that they said they wanted to fix, maybe they would have found something that led them to look a mile or two south of there. We don't know that. What we do know is the project was slated for 2009. It didn't get done, and now they're proposing to do it again in 2013.
What is PG&E saying about all this tonight, Dan?
Well, Anderson, we asked them repeatedly to provide us with a statement. We finally got one tonight. I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to read it in its entirety. It says, quote, PG&E is committed to performing the work necessary to assure the safety of its gas transmission system. Accordingly, PG&E is constantly prioritizing its projects using the most recent up-to-date information available. In this particular case, PG&E did identify this line section as being a high-priority project in its 2008 gas transmission rate case filing. Subsequent to that filing, PG&E performed an external corrosion direct assessment in 2009, and based on the updated assessment and the assurance it provided us, we rescheduled the project accordingly. PG&E spent more on its gas transmission capital program than authorized for the period 2008 to 2009. So the bottom line here with the statement is they're not denying the basic facts of the story. They're just saying they looked at the priorities and they determined that they had shifted during that period from 2008 to 2009.
Dan, I appreciate the reporting. Let's dig deeper now with Mark Tony of TURN, the Utility Reform Network, a consumer advocacy organization. You believe that if PG&E had done this work, that this would have been prevented?
Well, it's hard to say that exactly. What we do know is that PG&E has a pattern of receiving money for gas pipe repairs that they said needed to be done, and then spending the money on somewhere else.
Where do they spend the money, though? I mean, if they're raising money saying, look, we need to repair these things, what are they actually spending on?
Well, sometimes they spend the money on executive compensation, bonuses. Sometimes they spend it on their bottom line. Sometimes they spend it on different areas. Our main point is that if they have identified a gas pipeline that needs to be repaired, that is at risk of having a leak, and they get the money for it, then we expect them to fix those gas.
And are they allowed to do that? They're allowed fix this gas line and raise money for it and then not do it?
Well, this
Is there
is
oversight?
the California Public Utilities Commission, we feel, needs to exercise stronger oversight and basically require PG&E and all utility companies that if they say they're going to fix something, they get the money to fix it, then they darn well better fix it.
How bad are pipes out there? I mean, for a lot of people all around the country, not just in California, I mean, we don't think about the pipes underground. How old are a lot of these pipes?
Well, a lot of these pipelines are 50, 60 years old or more. And that is a huge concern that people have. What happened in San Bruno is a worst case scenario. And PG and other companies need to be absolutely vigilant in making sure that lines are inspected, and when they're found to have a trouble, to actually fix them and not just say they're going to fix them.
Mark Tony, I appreciate you being on. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
That's a really disturbing story. Let us know what you think. The live chat is up and running at ac360.com.